Canelo Crawford.
It's tricky. I want Crawford to win, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. You know, I would like for that to happen, but this guy's a hard puncher. He's a smart fighter. He can move. I'm just curious. I just want to see it. I want to be there and see it.
He feels like this is a ridiculous fight. He states that Terence Crawford moving up 2 weight classes.
Right. I just didn't like the fact that Terence Crawford had to go up 2 weight classes. I just didn't really like that. I mean,
that's the storm Terence "Bud" Crawford is walking into against Canelo Alvarez. Some legends are calling it the fight of the decade. Others say it could destroy Crawford's legacy forever. So who's right? Let's break it down. Mike Tyson didn't hold back. He said straight up, Crawford doesn't need this fight. He's already a legend. Already cemented his place in history. For Tyson, moving up against a naturally bigger and stronger man like Canelo is dangerous. He reminded fans why weight classes exist, to protect fighters from unfair mismatches. Tyson respects Crawford's talent, but he believes this step could damage rather than build his legacy.
I just don't think it's a good idea. You know, I don't think, what will he have? I don't know. I just don't think it's a good idea. People have done things crazy like that before. It's just that he doesn't have to do it. He doesn't have to do it.
You posted the other day, there's a picture of you in a Rolls Royce, and you said that the quote is, "I can't remember how many of these I gave away."
Canelo Crawford.
It's tricky. I want Crawford to win, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. You know, I would like for that to happen, but this guy's a hard puncher. He's a smart fighter. He can move. I'm just curious. I just want to see it. I want to be there and see it. Because listen, there's been upsets like that before. You know, Henry Armstrong, 124 pounds, he beat the 146-pound champ. So, you know, you never know. Anything can happen when 2 men are in a ring or in a basketball court. Anything can happen.
Tyson even went further, calling the whole idea ridiculous. He said the size difference is simply too big to ignore, and that fans should focus on what Crawford has already accomplished. According to Iron Mike, this fight isn't about proving greatness. It's about unnecessary risk.
Think about Terence Crawford calling out Canelo.
You know, I don't like that fight.
Why not?
I don't like that fight. It's just too much weight, you know. And he had a close fight with the last guy he fought, Terence, because this guy was big and he was awkward. He was really awkward. He shouldn't have fought that guy. He should have fought a guy that was just come straight at him. The guy was too awkward.
He's herky-jerky, yeah.
Or one of them.
Yeah.
9 wins by way of knockout. And Mike Tyson, he feels like this is a ridiculous fight. He states that Terence Crawford moving up 2 weight classes is a ridiculous fight, and that he's just simply too small, and he's gonna lose, and lose bad. He feels like he didn't want to say it, but he hinted around he's gonna get knocked out, right? He thinks that, you know, Terence Crawford has skills, he's talented, but he just feels like there's weight class for a reason. Like many people in the sport of boxing, they feel like it's weight classes for a reason. And so, you know, he's not the first person to feel this way. But my thoughts is this. Should Terence Crawford be victorious, as I expect him to, the hype train for Terence Crawford's legacy only gets bigger. Because there's so many people that are doubting Terence Crawford's ability to beat Canelo Alvarez because of the size, right? They feel like this is David and Goliath. And that story, that mythical story, is so big and so legendary is because of the size difference. You had the small little guy, you know, slaying the giant, right? It's just simply not supposed to happen. And so this just bolsters the myth of Terence Crawford.
Boxing insider Dawood Bey took a different approach. He compared the way Canelo and Crawford prepare in training. They praised Canelo for always sparring with strong partners who mimic his upcoming opponents, preparing him for every possible style. Crawford, meanwhile, relies on adaptability and sharp adjustments, but Bey questioned whether that's enough when moving up multiple weight classes. He warned fans that sparring is not the same as fighting a naturally bigger world champion. To Bay, Crawford doesn't need to gamble his legacy like this.
Well, Canelo got a world champion right now in his camp with him with Boots. Well, Boots vacated.
Shakur, though.
Yeah, well, I don't know how much Shakur adds to this. He's a southpaw and he's a smaller guy. I think that's just sharp brain. That's like if Boots was boxing Celine. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I'm boxing him. My young boy nice, but he don't pertain to the fight necessarily. But everybody don't train like that anyway. Everybody don't look for to have all of these sparring partners be like identical or in the same realm of the person they fighting. Some people, they spar like for sharp minds, so they'll just try to have the best people they can have. So you never know what Bomac and them strategy is right there.
As far as stylistically, who do you feel like has the advantage heading into that? Well, I'm just looking at the sparring partners.
From the sparring partners?
Yeah.
I think Boots not the same as Terence Crawford, right? But I think he has athleticism and he's a switcher and he'll kind of go off for the playbook to do his thing. I think mind state wise, I think Boots is a big help. The guys that Crawford got in there, because
Mr. Martinez cracking.
No, he punching. That's what I'm saying. It's like, I feel like, bro, I don't know who got the best of that.
You ever seen Darrell Valsing?
I have. You know, I'm a Haitian boy, so you know what I'm saying? But it's just hard. It's hard to, man, I just think the sparring for this fight is elite on both sides. I think that they both taking each other seriously. You could tell that by the sparring partners that they brought in. And I'm just kind of anxious to see the fight. Like going into the fight, I just didn't like the fact that Terence Crawford had to go up 2 weight classes. I just didn't really like that. I mean, being honest, as a black boxing fan, when I take my coaching hat off, like, no, I don't want to see our best fighter have to go up 2 weight classes. I don't like that. But you think about it and you like, well, look, first of all, I don't want to deny that man. I wouldn't want to say nothing or even have it in my heart to deny that man that kind of financial like blessing that he gonna get from fighting Canelo. Not only that, he chasing greatness.
But British journalist Gareth A. Davies sees the fight differently. He says, this is the kind of challenge that makes legends. For Davies, stepping in with Canelo isn't just about weight or size, it's about legacy. Yes, the risk is enormous. Yes, one mistake could ruin Crawford's perfect record. But if he pulls it off, it could cement his place among the all-time greats.
The levels that he's gone through, the weights that he's gone through, and the opponents that he has been in with, he's come up short against a couple, but he's come through some big challenges as well through his, 65, 66 professional bouts since he was 15 years of age. There's no doubt that this is the biggest test of Terence Crawford's career, not only because of the weight step up, but also because of the level of the opponent. But anybody that's watched Terence Crawford's career knows full well how much talent this young man has. I mean, he is absolutely sensational, both as an orthodox and as a southpaw fighter. You can't really tell which is his favoured side. He's that good, the angles that he creates. And the way that he not only dissects people, but the way that he puts his foot down when he gets somebody hurt is
he's spiteful.
He's truly, truly impressive.
But what he also does, and this is where I think people are making the mistake with the fight with Israel Madrimov last summer in Los Angeles, was that Terence doesn't mind doing enough to win. He doesn't, if he knows he's got to win on points, he's happy to tuck everything neatly in the office and win round by round. It reminds me of Floyd Mayweather. It reminds me of Pernell Whitaker. It reminds me of guys that win with ease without overstretching themselves, that don't have to get in a battle. But when he's got someone hurt, as you rightly say, he's spiteful. I'm not sure he'll get Canelo hurt in this fight. But if his timing and his movement are on, the slightly slowed Canelo, who likes to load up these days, could find himself frustrated by Terence Crawford.
Yeah, and there's also the aspect of when he is behind. I mean, we've all seen that famous clip where he's fighting Sean Porter. Somebody tells him ringside, they've got him down on the cards. He goes through the gears and stops Sean Porter in the very next round. There's also that element to him. He's brilliant. He's absolutely brilliant, but he's also fighting someone that's equally as brilliant. A very different type of style, Canelo.
And a fan favourite.
On the flip side, analysts broke down Canelo's mindset heading in. Alvarez dismissed the criticism about fighters running in the ring. He said true boxing isn't just about standing still and trading shots. It's about footwork, timing, strategy, and IQ. He even praised past opponents like Arislandi, Lara, showing that he values movement as part of boxing's art form. For Canelo, success isn't just brute force, it's intelligence.
But in case you didn't really understand what he was saying, Canelo is saying there's a difference between boxing, like being a boxer, and moving, and then you throw some punches. Like you getting some punches in there. Then you like take a lap. Then you get some more punches. Right? And I agree with that. I agree. Like, my thing is this. If you know my channel, I've been doing this from way back. We go back like cornrows. I have never really been big on this whole like running language. Like I don't, because you got to understand, old media, they were the ones that came out with this whole running charade. And I don't like it because it was initially used to like maim and marginalize oftentimes black fighters and Cuban fighters. When non-black, non-Cuban fighters would face certain black fighters or Cuban fighters primarily, they would get hit with this like, oh, he ran moniker. And the reason you know it was racially motivated is because if you actually know boxing and you watch the fight, that's not even what was happening in the fights where they would claim that oftentimes a black fighter or Cuban fighter ran. Like Arislandi Lara versus Canelo. I thought Lara won the fight with Canelo. And Lara was doing some very good work. Canelo started doing some good body shots in the back half.
Some fans are worried about Crawford's inactivity, but Timothy Bradley Jr. shut those doubts down. He reminded everyone that elite fighters like Floyd Mayweather came back sharp after long layoffs. Crawford is too disciplined, too locked in, to let ring rust affect him. In Bradley's eyes, Bud will be ready.
I was 168 for quite a few years.
Correct.
Yeah. Crawford never fought heavy. 154 is his match.
And
that makes a big difference when you're in the ring. You're carrying around an extra 20 pounds you're not used to fighting with.
He might get tired halfway through the fight because why? Because the blood cells, the muscle.
Trying to feed up too much muscle in that. Yeah. It's not normal if you're not used to it.
Okay, what if he stays skinny and he comes in way under the weight?
Then he's getting hurt. Time to get hurt. You might outbox him, you're gonna get hit. 12-round fight. The law of averages tells you you're gonna get hit.
And you like Crawford because I know he's been to your gym.
So yeah.
It's just boxing, no bias.
No, it's just boxing.
Okay.
Bud's a good guy.
And sport. It's it's athletics. It's Crawford has never been up there. Canelo's got a great chin. He's fought big guys. He's taken a lot, and everybody thinks he's done.
Bro, size matter. And what kills me, this is what bothers me so much, that I try to educate y'all. If you don't know how to fight, the only people who say shit like this are guys who don't know how to fight. They don't know boxing. You've never been in there before. Bro, I am telling you, something y'all need to understand. This is just like when I used to tell y'all for the longest. Y'all, I got videos on my page from 10 years ago, and I'm telling y'all that MMA fighters have terrible boxing. They have terrible boxing. This is a time when y'all was saying, this is before the crossover fights and shit. And I'm like, MMA fighters don't stand a chance against a boxer in a boxing match. And y'all just thought, oh, they could use, y'all are actually talking about people's wrestling backgrounds when it comes to boxing. Y'all are actually on here trying to talk about someone's wrestling skills helping them win a boxing match. Bro, wrestling is not going to help a boxer the same way boxing skills ain't going to help an NCAA wrestler in a wrestling match. His boxing skills, it don't matter how good his hands are with boxing, that's not going to help him win a wrestling match. A wrestling, you can have all the wrestling skills in the world. That is not going to fucking help you in a boxing match if you don't know how to box. If you're not a better boxer than the guy you're going against, your wrestling is not going to help you win. It's just not. It's two different sports, bro.
Here's the truth. Some say Crawford is biting off way too much, while others believe this is his chance to etch his name among the immortals. But what do you think? Is Crawford risking his legacy? Or is this the fight that will make him an all-time great? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to subscribe for the latest updates.